Tonight on 12 News, catching car thieves in the act.
We're getting the 30, 40-year-old convicted felons that can't seem to keep their hands to themselves.
How Golden Valley plans to follow the lead of Minneapolis. Then a gift called a dream come true. How Brooklyn Park is pitching in to help others in Liberia. But first, local police search for an unknown attacker who may be responsible for not one but 2 home break-ins and sexual assaults. 12 News starts right now. Police say what happened in our area on Thursday is very rare.
But Thursday morning, it happened twice in our area. At least one unknown attacker broke into a Brooklyn Park and Brooklyn Center home and sexually assaulted a woman in each place. Reporter Shannon Sladden explains what happened.
Police were in this Brooklyn Park neighborhood this morning passing out flyers alerting residents to 2 crimes that are so rare they could not have been a coincidence.
It's concerning because these incidents, sexual assaults of this nature involving an unknown assailant, is extremely rare nationwide.
Police came to this quiet neighborhood just after 6:45 Thursday morning. With the report 2 men broke into a home and one of them sexually assaulted a woman.
In this case, the victim informed officers that the suspect appeared inside of the home. And we believe that the suspect entered the home through an unsecured door.
That happened on Linden Lane in Brooklyn Park, just off Noble Avenue near 610. 45 minutes later, another woman made a similar call to Brooklyn Center Police from her home only 5 miles away on Girard Avenue. This time, there's only one unknown attacker involved.
Brooklyn Center is trending at a 20-year crime low, and so this is disturbing to say the least.
Police think the same person is involved in both crimes. He's described as a clean-shaven black man in his 30s, between 5'6" and 6 feet tall, with crooked teeth, wide nose, and muscular build.
This is not something that's common, and people need to pay attention to it. And again, if they see something suspicious, call us.
The flyers police passed out today urge people to be vigilant, lock doors and windows, pull down shades at night, keep your lights on after dark. All precautions that make it harder for unwanted attackers to break into your home. Delaney and Alex.
Thank you, Shannon. We're also following a developing story involving a pair of recent thefts at wedding receptions.
Brooklyn Park police have released names of suspects. They're looking for 30-year-old Sarah Lindstrom and 41-year-old Derek Manson. Both are suspects in a wedding theft case at Edinburgh, USA Country Club. Manson is also a suspect in a similar case at a golf club in Ham Lake. Police identified the suspects from surveillance footage. A man and a woman were seen showing up to the reception and holding a card. A man was then seen walking through the kitchen with a box containing wedding cards and gifts. The theft totaled more than $1,000.
Also today, local agencies responded to a report of a missing child in Wirth Lake. A 7-year-old boy had gone under and was reported missing by his grandmother. Lifeguards cleared the lake and eventually found the boy unconscious in a swimming area. The child was rushed to North Memorial Medical Center, where he is currently receiving treatment.
According to the FBI, a car is stolen every 40 seconds in the U.S., and often a stolen vehicle can lead to other crimes like robberies and drive-by shootings. It's why Golden Valley police are considering a tool that could put the brakes on auto thefts. It's a brief joyride in a stolen car cut short by Minneapolis police.
Oh, this is a setup car. Yeah.
When the vehicle's out on the street, it looks like any other vehicle. You can't tell it's a big car.
To the eye, this 1996 Acura Integra is nothing special. It's well used, the kind of car you'd see parked anywhere. It's what's hidden inside that puts the brakes on auto thieves.
So you have a camera and a microphone and a tracking unit.
Minneapolis police have a fleet of bait cars that Officer Wayne Johnson places around the city. They're the kinds of cars most frequently stolen, but in a bait car, thieves don't get far.
If somebody steals them, it calls in the 911, squads respond to it, shut the car down when they're ready, and make the arrest.
The bait car is one tool that's helped reduce auto thefts in Minneapolis by 68%, and now the city of Golden Valley is interested in a bait car too.
We saw an uptick in auto theft in the last couple years, so we want to try to address that.
In the last 2 years, more than 40 cars have been stolen in Golden Valley.
The cars virtually just disappear, and many are never, ever recovered.
Police Chief Stacy Carlson believes a bait car may be the answer.
It makes prosecution virtually 100% in every case, because I don't know what you're going to try to argue when you're on audio and video stealing a car.
We're almost up to 450 convictions involving the bait vehicles.
It's working in Minneapolis, cutting short joyrides before thieves can take off.
We're getting the 30, 40-year-old convicted felons that can't seem to keep their hands to themselves, and they're taking our cars. And those are the people we want.
The Golden Valley Police Department needs to raise about $7,000 for the bait car equipment. For more information on an upcoming fundraiser and for a list of the 10 most frequently stolen cars, you can go to 12.tv.
Well, there's yet another weekend of road closures on Highway 169. The northbound lanes of 169 will close between Highway 55 and Interstate 94. The closure starts at 9 tonight and reopens Monday at 5 a.m. This is the third of 4 weekends of closures for northbound 169. It's necessary as crews resurface the pavement.
It's still summer, but election season has already begun in Golden Valley. 3 candidates, including a former police chief, have filed to run for 2 seats on the Golden Valley City Council. Those seats are 4-year terms. Former police chief Bob Hearns is in the running. Hearns held that job as chief for more than 28 years. Other candidates include Andy Snope and Larry Faunist. Paula Pentel and Dee Dee Scanlon have said they are not running for re-election. Candidates have until August 13th to file. Golden Valley will also elect someone to run for a 2-year term. That used to be Mike Freiberg's seat until he was elected a state representative. And so far, one candidate, Andrew Wold, has filed for that seat. The Republic of Liberia has a new fire engine.
The West African nation has Brooklyn Park to thank. As reporter Sonia Goins shows us, it was badly needed.
As I look at the truck, I just want to get out of Monrovia today.
The Liberian fire director has waited a long time to try out his new fire truck. Engine number 1 is nearly 19 years old.
It's in excellent shape. It carries a tremendous amount of water.
But for the Liberian National Fire Service, the truck seems new.
With this truck going to Liberia, it will make a big difference. Because at least people will be able to save life and protect property from fire destruction.
This is a fire engine that they ought to be able to get many, many more years of use out of.
Until now, this was the only fire engine in the Liberian Fire Service.
The truck has crew seating for 4. Carries 800 gallons of water. It has a 1,250 gallon per minute pump on it.
This engine cost $37,000. The Liberian government helped to pay for it. They say it's money well spent. Liberian firefighters are used to working with little resources. Sometimes they use palm leaves and dirt to put out fires.
After the Civil War, the whole fire department was destroyed. All of our trucks were destroyed.
They are doing the impossible with absolutely nothing.
Several years ago, the Brooklyn Park fire chief formed an alliance with the Liberian government.
Firefighters, doesn't matter where you're from, doesn't matter what patch is on your shoulder, there's a brotherhood here.
He says it feels good to help out the African country.
This is very fulfilling for us to be able to have an impact on a country like Liberia, develop the kinds of relationships that we have developed, and be able to give something back.
His Liberian counterpart says he's grateful for the gift.
I want to give God the glory for this dream come true.
In Brooklyn Park, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
The Brooklyn Park Fire Department is also donating an ambulance and gear. Those things will be shipped out next week. The fire engine will head out later. It's expected to arrive in Liberia sometime this fall. Well, coming up, one last helping of a casserole classic.
The Church Basement Ladies have put together one final run of shows. We'll have a preview up next. And later in sports, the State American Legion baseball tournament gets underway for a couple of local ball clubs.
But first, it's your AccuWeather forecast.
Get the hot dish and egg coffee ready. The Church Basement Ladies are taking the stage again for a new show in Plymouth.
In today's weekend showcase, Mike Johnson takes a look at the last potluck supper.
As the audience files into the Plymouth Playhouse for the 5th installment of the Church Basement Ladies, there are still nerves.
I'm nervous as a cat. This is my first time really seeing it from stem to stern.
Drew Jansen helped compose the music.
But this was the one that sort of drove everybody crazy because the first one over here did so well. What do you do to top yourself?
Since the first show took the stage in 2005, they've found a way. This newest installment is the church basement ladies in the last potluck supper, technically the last in the series. The show looks at the church's centennial celebration, and like the others, it's a show full of humor.
She's been a real asset to the choir since she went through the change and turned into a baritone.
And full of connections. You get the feeling you know these people.
My mom was a church basement lady, and I remember the laughter and the fun she had. That was her country club.
Since 2005, the show has been on 10 national tours, reaching as many as 40 theaters across the country.
It transcends beyond Minnesota. I mean, we're in upstate New York, we're in Texas. Texas loves us.
Nobody had any idea it was going to do this, and to be sitting here, you know, as the 5th one is about to premiere, I feel like somebody just, you know, punched me in the head or something. It's like, what?
Oh, Pastor, it is so good to have you back.
Stage plays are based on the best-selling books Growing Up Lutheran, and since the playwright also stars in the show, it's a matter of wearing 2 hats.
Apparently, what happens sometimes on stage, when I'm on stage with the actors, sometimes I'm mouthing their words. So there comes a point when I have to say, I'm not the writer, I'm an actor.
And so far, she hasn't written a 6th installment, but
we do leave the door open at the end of the show. We say we have lots of stories yet to tell.
In Plymouth, Mike Johnson, 12 News.
The last potluck supper is in previews at the Plymouth Playhouse now until the official opening on August 9th. It runs through February. For ticket information, go to plymouthplayhouse.com. Well, she's super fit, but is she the next fitness star?
Coming up, how you can give a Plymouth woman the edge in a national competition. But first in sports, it's the grand opening for a new addition to Rush Creek Golf Club. John Jacobson has that and more when we come back.
John Jacobson here now. Sounds like State Legion Baseball Tournament is underway.
Great way to start the tournament with a nice day and 4 days potentially of baseball for a couple of local teams. Most summer baseball teams have completed their seasons, but 2 local squads qualified for the State American Legion Tournament. Osseo meeting Mahtomedi this afternoon in Chanhassen. Top of the first, 2 on, 2 out. Grant Seelock rocks a fly ball to the fence. Both runners score on the play, and it's 2-0 Osseo as they grab the early lead on Mahtomedi. Bottom of the 4th, though, Mahtomedi gets on the board. Colin Baumgart's base hit, scoring Brandon Goodwin. Bottom of the 5th, Mahtomedi ties to 3. Sam Richter with an RBI single. But Osseo takes the lead back in the top of the 6th inning. Brett Moody's fly ball is just deep enough for Bryce Seelock to tag up and score from third base. And it's 4-3 Osseo. They go on to win 6-4. They're playing again tonight at 7 in Chanhassen. The Chester Bird Post of Golden Valley is made up of Benilde St. Margaret's high school players. The Birds met Eastview in the first round Friday morning. Game tied at 1 in the 5th when Eastview's Cameron Hall rips one down the line and right. It's a fair ball and rolls for a while. Rhett Hessler and Cole McDevitt score. 3-1 Thunder on Hall's triple. Joseph Schlosser caps a 5-run inning for Eastview with a single to center field, scoring Kevin Wabschall, and it's 6-1 Eastview. Chester Bird rallies in the 8th. Michael Kaminsky with a ground ball to third. The throw to first is low, and the Eastview first baseman can't come up with it. Gabriel McDonald scores, and it's an 8-7 game. Same inning, Michael McGill bloops a hit to center. Joseph Mellis scores, and Chester Bird is up 9-7. But in the top of the 9th, the base is loaded. Joshua Chatfield at the plate, and he draws ball 4 right there. It's a bases loaded walk, and the game is tied up. And it stays 9-9 for another 4 innings. And then the 13th, Eastview breaks through. Derek Schiebel with a hit to center. Ryan Heisler scores. Eastview wins 13-9. Chester Bird drops into the losers bracket. It's tournament time at the 3M Championship Golf event. The old pros from the Champions Tour are back in the Twin Cities this weekend. This is Tom Kite with a second shot from the fairway on the first hole at the TPC of the Twin Cities in Blaine. Okay, drops in a nice shot to start his day in style. He goes on to birdie the hole and is 3 under through 17 at this taping of 12 News. Peter Sr. is one of the early leaders. He sinks a birdie putt on number 17. He started the day on the back 9. He shot a 66. Kenny Perry's red hot this season. The Schwab Cup points leader starts his round with a birdie. He's 7 under through 15. Jay Haas, no easy uphill putt here on number 2. and he gets it done. Haas rolls in the putt for birdie. He won the 3M in 2011 and is 5 under through 16. Mark Wiebe is coming off a win in the Senior British Open. He birdies number 3. He's 8 under through 16. Action continues Saturday and Sunday, and general admission tickets are free. Golfers in Maple Grove have a new tool to help their games. This week, a ribbon-cutting ceremony marked the grand opening of the tailor-made performance lab at Rush Creek's Golf Academy. Before playing on the 3M, pro John Cook stopped by to test out the center, which actually opened earlier this spring. The system provides a computerized swing analysis and can help customize clubs to best fit your game.
It used to be you just played what they gave you, and it kind of started out that way. But nowadays, the tour reps, the R&D guys, I mean, you've got such trust in them, and to give you the right thing and something to start with, and then you work with the techs and you just dial things in to exactly the shaft, the weighting, the face angle, the loft.
Pretty cool. You don't have to have John Cook swing to be able to get a nice set of clubs with that kind of technology. So
thanks a lot,
fun
John.
to see. Yeah.
Still ahead, a contest that could make a Plymouth mom the next fitness star.
How you could help her push her to the top of the competition when we come back.
Anxious excitement is building for a Plymouth mother of 2.
She is one of 5 finalists to become the next fitness star in a contest held by Women's Health magazine. Stacy Clark co-founded Tiger Athletics Fitness Studio in Plymouth. The 5 finalists were selected out of thousands of applications. Stacy is the only mom in the bunch and the only woman in her 40s. Voting for the competition ends on August 5th. She will appear on NBC's The Today Show on August 14th to find out if she won. Can you believe that she is in her 40s? She looked amazing.
We did that story with her back in June, and intensity, you can see she's got the motivation.
She's excited about exercise.
I bet she gets people motivated. Yeah. I bet she does. Good luck to her.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us.
Community Corner is coming up next.